Making a video. Okay, lots of choices today. Let's see. Okay, I could talk about the zero-sum game, sort of an important theme that keeps coming up, this idea of whether there's any positive potential to our existence or whether it is just negating our negatives that are built into us by the biology, and that even when we play this game well, it's a bad game to play. Um, or I could talk about the dream I had last night, which was really bizarre. Let's see, which one? Such a hard choice. Alright, we might as well do the other thing since I talked so much about it. And that looks like deer prints on top of each other. Yeah, that really looks like something big. I mean, that looks like something big, but it's probably my foot. Alright, I'll stop doing this. Eventually I will stop being paranoid. So, which I did say in my other video. I mean, I put a comment paranoid. I already said paranoia. But anyway, it doesn't matter. I said it first. It's just such a silly competition world. Alright. Yeah, maybe I'll do the dream first. Okay, we'll just make this kind of a junk video. Because this is already junked it up enough that I might as well do a junk kind of style video. So anyway, it's really kind of bizarre. So it started off like I don't know. Yeah, I can't keep thinking it's the wrong path. Okay, so it was like sort of like a Venom Fang X character or something, and like for some reason I'm at a table, and he's on the same side of the table as me, and it's like Karina's on the other side of the table, and it's like she's being all nice to this guy and like stroking his dick under the table and kind of shit, and but and I'm like getting kind of pissed off, and because she's like, feeding this guy in different ways, and even through the conversation, blah blah blah. Well, anyway, and so then she's like, and so then I'm like getting kind of, kind of obnoxious about things, and so then she like kicks me in the shins, and so I'm getting the message that I'm supposed to just play along. I say, okay. So I didn't realize she was like Secret Agent X or something. And so anyway, so that's how it turns out, is that like she's some kind of secret agent thing. And so I get this assignment to go to some mansion somewhere, and some Kabul of the YouTube, Black Force or something. And anyway, so I get there somehow. I get dropped there, right? And I have to get into this mansion house, and I have to sneak these people out or something. Can't remember exactly what the agenda was, because it turned into such a it got so stupid. But anyway, but I remember there was like this walkway, so it was kind of like from the grade text video where he had the markers for the whale, the size of the whale, and so my brain put a staircase in. It was kind of nice, it had like railroad ties and slate, and it had all the names of all the YouTube people on it, on the staircase. And so at the bottom of the staircases were the losers, and working your way up, and it was somehow like a real pure index, instead of the polluted one. And so it was like the walk of fame of YouTube. So that was kind of funny. But anyway, so then I get into the house, I sneak in, and so I meet up with some other guy, who was trapped in there like the previous secret agent, and he couldn't find his way out of the labyrinth. So, there's guards chasing this kind of shit going on. I end up in some kind of storeroom, and like I go into the closet, and I find a whole bunch of disposable razors. And I'm like, oh shit, I gotta sneak back in here and get these. There's a bunch of extra disposable razors, and I gotta go back there to get them. Oh, it's just kind of funny when I'm not on my secret mission. There's other kind of bullshit like that, like, there'd be like electronic surveillance devices had like SD cards in them, and they were like 32 megabyte or gigabyte SD cards, and like, oh shit, I gotta get me some of these. And so I'm just like, I'm like going to the store, like figuring out what kind of haul I can get if I can sneak back in here and steal all this stuff from the bad guys. Well, anyway, so then I'm getting chased around, all kinds of James Bondy crap goes on, and I end up in like a kitchen, a really nice one, really big, and the amazing atheist is, of course, Mr. Evil. It's got like people strapped up on the wall, and like irons and shit. Skeletons. Um, and it's just kind of funny. And so there's a staircase in a basement that, the dungeon where all the people I'm supposed to be rescuing are, or something like that. And, but I'm caught. And there's a door to escape. And I noticed that it's ajar, so I could possibly get out. Or I could sneak some people out. And so then I'm having banter with Mr. Evil, and somehow I'm depressing the fuck out of him, which is really cool. And so he was getting really, really depressed. So he's not paying much attention. So I opened the door to the basement, and I'm like, come on, people, give me stuff to sneak out. And they're like throwing packages up to me, right? Like they're returning their subscription to DirecTV or some kind of other crap. It's like, what do you mean? You want me to mail packages? I'm not here to mail packages. What is this bullshit? So I'm feeling kind of lame about that. And then they're giving me like broken pieces of pottery and shit, like it means something. So anyway, the amazing atheist gets more depressed. And it's like he has to throw up, so he throws up like a piece of plastic. I don't know what that represents, but that's what he does. And while he's doing that, I sneak out the door. And so I'm out back on the walk again, but I haven't totally escaped yet. And the amazing atheist has a henchwoman who is like Mrs. Spock from the movie, like Uhura from the new movie. But she's kind of sympathetic to my side, so she's not going to turn me in. I'm like, well, I got these pieces of pottery and glass and jewelry, these little bits and pieces of crap. And so she suggests I put it on a dish on a statue by the walkway. The walkway is really nice with statues and shit. And there's a statue of a woman with a dish in her hand. And so I put the stuff in the dish. And she suggests I can give a code word message to the people, and they'll know that their broken stuff is in the dish and then come get it. Yeah, that's how it ends. It's pretty stupid. There's lots of little bits in there that were kind of nutty, but I mean, it is just kind of funny the way your brain takes these little pieces from videos, like the staircase, walkway, I guess we call it, and throws it in a dream, somehow it all makes sense when you're in it. Well, admittedly, there was a point where I was like, this is crazy. When they're throwing packages up to me, I'm like, what the fuck? You're supposed to be like, I'm supposed to be rescuing people, not packages. So, but that's my brain must have thought of them as like secret agent style. I was thinking of them as the package. The package would always be like a person or a thing, or it could be anything. And so somehow my brain just left it packages. It didn't really understand the context when it wrote the dream script. So anyway, it's been a while since I had a really good YouTube dream. That was a good one. That was really maybe Coughlin caused it. It was either a dream just surmising his 4 years on YouTube, and so maybe it was just that idea of thinking about being on YouTube that forced me to have a YouTube dream. So good for him. For moving me into a bit of entertainment. I did have fun. I mean, I had fun laughing at the dream after I was thinking about the dream and saying, holy shit, is that a fucked up dream? But anyway, so, yeah, I think that's enough. So until the next time, and such and so forth. My run and such. So there, I barely even thought about bears. So that's good. We'll do the other stuff next time. Zero sum and shit.